We have some breaking news as the Leafs have made a big move, recalling Ilya Samsanov and sending down Dennis Hildeby. So we'll break down this interesting move and what it could mean going forward on this episode, as well as breaking news as Matthew Knies seems to have injured himself at practice today. So stay tuned for all that in this episode. Before we do, quick reminder to hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers, and about 80% of you guys who are watching right now are not subscribed. Now, Darius, there's a lot to get into today. What a busy Wednesday, January 10th afternoon, and we have a lot of breaking news. But let's start with Leafs making moves, specifically regarding Ilya Samsonov. Now, I don't know if many Leafs fans expected this. I didn't really expect it, but Ilya Samsonov is back with the team after yesterday. Some talks of him starting a game with the Marlies. You can see here from Leafs PR, the Maple Leafs have recalled Samsonov, and Dennis Hildeby has been loaned back to the Marlies. Darius, what are your thoughts on this? Neither of the goalies that got sent down played for their respective teams at all, which is interesting. Martin Jones has been on a heater. Thank the Lord for that. But what are your thoughts on this? This is, I'm surprised. It's weird. I guess, whatever, he's back.
Yeah, I expected it. I knew he was going to be back with the team at some point. I didn't think it was going to be this early because he's only been down for about a week, I think. We last made a video he was sent down. So, I thought they were going to give him more time to get a game in. Obviously, he's been working with the coaching staff and the goalie coaches. I just don't know if he spent enough time down there to get his confidence back. I'm not 100% confident that he'll be able to get it back right away. So, it'll be, I don't know, it's going to be interesting if he gets a game in coming up here, because you can't ride as good as he's been, and he's been fantastic. Signing of the year, Martin Jones. I don't know if you can run him into the ground like you are right now. So Samsonov being called up and Hildeby obviously being sent down without playing a game in the NHL. Samsonov is going to have to get a game here, so it's going to be interesting to see what he has, because I don't know. I just don't know what he has right now. It's interesting. He's only been down in the Marlies for a week and a half.
Yeah, and clearly they didn't want Dennis Hildeby to get in a game because there was a lot of opportunities to play the Sharks a couple times, and he never got in either of them. And I'll bring up Samsonov's stats. You can see him. We all know, approaching a 4 goals against average. And we also know that it was majority mental. So hopefully, the week and a half, however long he was down, let us know the exact timeline in the comments. But, who knows how much progress he could have actually made down there, maybe. And they know better than us, you would assume. But I don't know. It
For
seems
sure.
a little bit weird to me. Very, very soon, you can see Dennis Hildeby's stats as he played 0 games with the Maple Leafs, but he did get some well-deserved experience, and now he's back with the Marlies for now, at least, where he's having a phenomenal season. But again, like you said, Martin Jones has been the signing of the offseason for Brad Treliving, and we also kind of got a Joseph Wallinger update yesterday, a couple days ago. He is back on the ice, but he's not anywhere close to returning. It's probably still weeks away regarding him. So now I guess they have more faith in Ilya Samsonov than or I don't want to say that. They want to have Ilya Samsonov, or they'd rather play him compared to Dennis Hildeby right now. Maybe not to stunt Hildeby's growth and things like that, but I don't know, Derek. It's weird to me. Very, very soon. It's not weird that he's called back up. I figured he would, even if he didn't play, he'd be down for 3 to 4 weeks and then get his confidence back up and bring him back. But maybe with how good Martin Jones has been playing, they're just going to ride Jones as the 1A and keep Samsonov up until Joseph Wall comes back, and then send, I don't know, waive him or do something with him once he comes back. Has no idea what the plan is then.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to waive him again, because the way it's going, Joseph Wall is your number one goalie so far until he got injured, and then Martin Jones is playing like a number one goalie right now. He allowed 2 goals in the last 4 games or something like that, just ridiculous. But like you mentioned, to go back a little bit, I was a little bit surprised that Hildeby didn't get in against the Sharks, because the Sharks are historically bad this year. But I don't think it could be understated what being with the team, not just not playing, but just being with the team does. He got that experience being with the NHL club and how everything works at the NHL level that he, didn't before. So I think that's going to help him, even though he didn't play. And I think the Leafs want to be super cautious and patient with Hildeby, and I'm on that boat as well. Do not rush this guy whatsoever. As much as I wanted to see him get into a game, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Samsonov here too, especially when Wool gets back. I don't know what the plan is. I wish they were a little more transparent with that at this time, because he is called up again. But it's going to be interesting. But in terms of a number one goalie, Martin Jones is that guy right now. He's playing like that. The stats back it up. And I'm just excited to see what the Leafs continue to do, because they're going to have to make a trade down the stretch here too. But yeah, don't expect Joseph Woll back before the All-Star break. I think they're going to give him a nice. He's skating again. They're going to give him some time to just get back into his groove. And he'll probably be back right around the All-Star break.
Yeah, and he definitely deserves it. And at least, like you mentioned, Hildeby got up and he got to be with the team for a bit, which is good, especially for a 22-year-old and supposedly one of our goalies of the future alongside Joseph Wall. So that's good, and huge shout out to Martin Jones for that. Now, Darius, let's move on to a scary topic that dropped about 5 minutes ago as of the time of recording, which is I have brutal injury here as the chapter. We don't know the exact extent yet, but either way, no matter how you slice it, this is not good at the very least. So Mark Master says Matthew Knies has left Leafs practice with an injury. He was skating on the top line like usual with Matthews and now, of course, Marner. They switched that up a bit. So scary moment of practice as Knies is injured on a drill and can't put any weight on his leg as he was helped to the dressing room. Now, I mean, the injury bug is starting to bite us, the Leafs, a lot lately. We know how good Matthew Knies has been so far this season. He's been very solid, 15 points in 36 games. Obviously, not a crazy season, but given the expectations, given how young he is, 21 years old, he's been pretty key, especially over the last handful of games. What are your thoughts on this? Are you terrified? Are you nervous? Do you not want any more injuries to happen to the Leafs? Because the amount of injuries are really starting to pile up when you go back to the start of the season.
Injuries are one thing, but injuries to good players are another thing. Matthew Knies has been really good this year. If you want to just look at the stats, you could be like, oh yeah, he's not putting up as many points as Matthews and Marner. Matthews and Marner play on the power play, one of the best power plays in the league. He's been good for his age and first full season in the NHL. He's had a good campaign so far, and I like him on that first line. He really suits the first line, and it's something that I think they've been missing. Like Michael Bunting was also good on that first line, but he adds a little more skill to the first line. But yeah, to go to the injury, it's scary. Like if you watch the video on Twitter, he can't put any weight on his leg. That is not good. That's not just like taking a puck to the knee or something. He was helped off the ice. It doesn't look good. So I don't know. Hopefully it is something that he just bumps and bruises or something. But I don't know. The video does not lend to that. It looks bad. And you're talking about the injury bug that's biting them. There's also the flu bug that's going around again. Noah Gregor is out with the flu. Who knows if he's going to be back tomorrow. So right now, Robertson's skating on two lines, the first line and the third line, after being scratched just a couple of games ago. So it's going to be interesting to see what the lineup looks like against the Islanders and going forward, because the video, like, just go check it out on Twitter. It doesn't lend well to this being not serious. Like, he can't put any weight on his leg.
Yeah, it's not great. Well, I'm sure we'll get an update whenever we get. I don't even know how. Maybe from Sheldon Keefe soon before the game tonight, whenever it is. But it's a little bit scary, and you just look at how this season has gone regarding the injuries, regarding everything, and it's not ideal at all if you are a Leafs fan, which is very unfortunate, but hopefully we'll get some sort of update soon, and we'll have a quick look at the lines during the practice today. You can look, Robertson stepped in for Knies when Knies was injured in practice. You have Riley, Benoit, the classic lines, but I mean, we spoke about Nick Robertson getting scratched a lot. Maybe this will be his time to step up, and I don't know if he's going to get slotted, not going to get slotted into the first line, but maybe it'll be his time to step up. Tyler Bertuzzi has had an unbelievable season as well, specifically as of late, so I don't know. Any quick final thoughts before we wrap up? It's very unfortunate. It's a bit worrisome, but I think at the end of the day, everything will work out for the Leafs, even if this is very bad, and I hate to see it to any player, but especially, like you said, an up-and-coming player like Matthew Knies.
Yeah, hopefully it's not super, super serious. Just the way the video looked, like he probably will miss the next game. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury. And like you said with Robertson, he scored last game finally, which is really nice. It's a player I'm rooting for. So hopefully, he does maybe he gets an opportunity on the first line. I don't see it happening. They might find somebody else to play up there. But it would be nice for a guy like that to get an opportunity like that. And Nick, the only constant that's been with the Leafs this year is Simone Benoit's supremacy. That is the only thing that has been a constant this year. So it's been a very interesting season for the Leafs so far. But you know what? Hopefully they keep rolling. The machine is going now. They've dealt with the flu, they've dealt with injuries, and they're continuing to win. So I think that's something Leaf fans can look forward to. Hopefully they finish off the season strong.
Yeah, Benoit masterclass, and it's going to be interesting to see what Brad Treliving does over the next. I mean, we've been speaking about this forever. I suspect a pretty big move soon, but that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out our video from yesterday, you can click on your screen now, and we'll see you tomorrow.